Hey everybody, take 26. Um, Nick Gigani, man, he was one badass motherfucker. He was a big part of our group circle of friends. All you guys sitting here right now, looking around, look at each other, man. We're one pretty awesome group of friends. I'll tell you that. And without Nick, um, it ain't ever gonna be the same. It was a dynamic that with same with any one of us. We all have that uniqueness, and Nick had his, man. And um, he's a guy you're gonna stare out at the stars with, or talk science with, or learn to do some hydroponics, man. The guy, his curiosity and adventure, and everything about him would get you motivated to do whatever it was you wanted to do. I remember talking to him before I left for the Air Force um, about what was our life goals and that stuff. And man, I don't know how many times it's changed since then, but one thing I know was always around, and something we always did was hung out with each other. And they ain't ever gonna stop. Nick will always be there as part of our thoughts, and part of the group. He'll come out in every one of us, and I'm looking forward to hearing some of your guys' stories and just spending more time together. It's one thing we don't have a lot of is time. And I think it's great. We all have our families, we all got our stuff, and we can go our separate ways and come back a month later or next week, and we're all brothers, sisters, part of the same family, but this is the family we choose to be a part of. And like I said, I've known Nick 42 years. I was trying to figure it out. I think we met in kindergarten for the first time. My second time around, he always reminded me of the story, but one time I threw him down at recess and beat him up. I don't really never remembered it. I always told him I did. And, since then, nobody's ever messed with me, And so I don't know if it was because they heard that story or because Nick was standing behind me. Probably the latter, but I think he's had all our back at one point in time or another, emotionally or physically. He's going to be deeply missed, and all we can do is carry on his legend and keep making him proud. One of the last stories that I remember is when we were down at the river, and Tom, you were there. We were standing there watching Nick with his canoe, and he was going to go down and go upstream all the way down across and find a little fishing hole. And Tom and I said, well, the river's running kind of strong today, Nick. Do you think you're going to make it over there by yourself? I thought he was going to end up down. I was staying out so I can go get the car. And Tom and I watched him paddle all the way up and around the corner. And Tom and I looked at each other and said, whoa, I guess we should have jumped in and went with him for the ride. But he came right back down a little bit later and threw his line out. And he didn't catch anything, but, as it goes, it was a great trip. And just shows Nick's determination. I remember later that night he was standing out there and looking at the stars with him a little bit. That was the way Nick was. He was always looking off, wondering, and he had a great curiosity about him. I'll always remember that. And it's everything about him. Love you, Nick. Gonna miss you. Not drinking right now. I'm gonna cheers you during this video when it plays. Everybody hold your drink up right now. Drink one for Nick. And he'll never be forgotten. Love y'all. Love you, Nick. Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace.